Good afternoon. I'm glad you could join me today. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the likes. Hopefully, I'm getting some good word to you. I give it to you as given to me. Something gets weighing on my mind, I go ahead and jot a few little notes down. Sometimes I may even just make sure I remember or try to. Anyway, I don't have much of a memory nowadays. But anyway, how many times you ever been in a situation and your friends wanting to go out, or a beautiful woman or handsome man or whatnot, you're like, God, why are you tempting me so bad? Why, Lord? You know that I'm having a hard time. Why are you tempting me? I'm doing this, doing that, but God, you need to quit tempting me. Well, I'm here today to spread a little word in case you hadn't ever opened your Bible, or in case you have opened your Bible, but you kind of sometimes forget that kind of forget things, or maybe need a little small reminder. The book of James, chapter 1, verse 13. Let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God, for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone. Each one is tempted when he is drawn away from his own desires and enticed. Then, when desires have conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, then it is full grown and brings forth death. God is not the one who brings sin into your life. God is not the author of sin. God is not the tempter. Who is the author of sin, and often called the tempter, the deceiver, the great deceiver in the Bible? It's not God. God is all about good works. He's all about good works. He's not going, even over here in the first book of Corinthians, no temptation has overtaken you. This is 1 Corinthians 10:13. No temptation has overtaken you except such as common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but the temptation will make the way with the temptation, he will also make a way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. The author of sin, which is Satan, he's going to tempt you with things. The tempter, he's going to tempt you with things. But God is telling us right over here in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13, that he's going to make a path. You just got to look for it sometimes. There's a way around it. Don't think I ain't never tempted to do things just because, I've recovered from a lot of things. And not just, and I'm not just talking about alcohol or drugs. I'm talking about other things. There's all kinds of things out there that can tempt us, like, anything. Anything can tempt you right into sin, trip you up, make you fall. It's not just alcohol, drugs, and opposite sex or whatever. It's not stuff like that tempts you. It's anything. Because, like I said, probably I think it was my first message. Sin is a beautiful thing to it, isn't it? You may sit here and think that you want to do this, and then you're sitting there, well, it'd be fun to do that, and then you say, well, I'd get by and do it one time, because some people, they like to play that card right there. I'm covered by grace, so that gives me an excuse to sin. You're true that you are covered by grace, but my Bible's 900 something pages long, and I hadn't said nothing. I have not seen nothing where it says Butch Kennedy on this day right here is excused. He's excused to do whatever he wants to. Now sometimes you may accidentally fall into sin, or you may be tempted beyond. You just ain't strong enough. You've got to go in prayer when these things. God, please remove this. Please remove it. Look for the way out. Look for the right life preserver that God's tossing you. I promise you, there's one there. There's one there. You've been in Halloween. These they have haunted houses, but now they have these escape rooms. You think you're trapped in there. I mean, but there is one way out of those escape rooms, and this is like sin. There may be multiple ways away from sin. Best thing to do is just ignore it, and as soon as you see it's fixing to go south, turn east. Turn west, turn north. Do one way, don't go south, because then we've fallen into a whole different category. But like I said, the Book of James tells you that he does not tempt you, because he's not the author of sin. He's not going to do that. He's all about good works. The deceiver and the tempter and the author of sin and Satan, all them cats right there, one person now, he's got all them titles. He's all about bad stuff. He's trying to get you to come play for his team. And if he ain't trying to get you to come play for his team, you might want to look at your life. Something's wrong with you. Something ain't jiving with you if he's not trying to get you. Because when you're doing everything that you don't need to be doing, Satan don't bother you much. He ain't got no reason to bother you. He just ain't gonna bother you all that much, But whenever you start doing good works for the Lord, Satan gonna come at you with everything you got, because you done started hitting home runs for the other team, and he don't like that. So if you don't feel like you're being tempted, or if you don't feel convicted when you do bad things, stuff like that, you might want to rethink a lot of things, because I ain't too sure. I know even if I get a feeling like, oh God, I messed up. I mean, I know it immediately, like a mule kicking you in the stomach when I've done bad, when I've done wrong. I mean, I can sit there and almost get sideswiped, and call somebody a name, and I'm like, why did I do that, anything. Alcohol. I can't handle alcohol. That's the reason why I bring it up. I'm okay with just, if I have one beer, I mean, I'm fine with something like that if I had that. But if I ever go into a ABC store, which over here in the United States, if you're listening abroad, is a liquor store. If I get into that right there, I like I told you before, I no need to even look that way. No need to twist that top, because I know where I'm going. I can't even have a sip. One sip, two sip, three sip, next thing bottle, next thing go get another bottle. Can't do it. And this has been years and years and years. I know I can't. I'm not that strong. And I admit that I'm not that strong, so I stay away from it. But anyway, I just want to leave you with that good word today. God's not the one tempting you. It's the author of sin. It's the great deceiver. It's the tempter, Satan, who is tempting you. It is not God. God is all about good works. And remember, if you do catch yourself in a situation where you're being tempted, it's not God. I had a dog doing something over at your home. Y'all have a great day. Pray for me, and I'm praying for y'all. God bless and peace, and I'll have you another message tomorrow, hopefully.